Good morning, dear children. We are studying chapter phrases and clauses. In the previous class, we studied about phrase. What is a phrase? We studied that group of words which does not make complete sense is known as a phrase. It is the part of a sentence. It gives us some idea, but it does not give a complete sense. Dear children, in today's class we are going to study what is a clause. Clause is also a group of words. Clause is also a group of words having subject and predicate in it. Clause is having a subject and a predicate. Clause must have verb in it. It is very important, very compulsory. Clause must have a verb in it. Clause may or may not make complete sense. Clause may or may not make complete sense. That we will study in detail later. When it makes a complete sense, when it does not make a complete sense. Clear? So, phrase is also a group of words, but it is not having the subject and predicate, and it does not make a complete sense. But clause, which is also group of words, it must have the subject and predicate in it. It must have a verb in it, and it may or may not make a complete sense. Let us see the example, dear children. I love watching films. Here you can see the subject is given I. Love is the verb. I love what? Watching films. Love watching films is a predicate. So it is a clause and it gives us a complete sense. Clear? It is also group of words. We can see a 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. 4 words. So it's a group of words. It is having a subject and a predicate. It is having a verb in it and it makes a complete sense. So we call it a clause. Clear? Now, the most important thing is to find out, to understand the differences between a sentence, phrase and clause. Here you can see, I love watching films. It is a clause and it is also can be called a simple sentence. Clear? Simple sentences are made up of one clause. It can be also be called a sentence. Now let us see the difference between sentence, clause and phrase. Now look at the table given on the board, dear children, to understand the difference between sentence, clause and a phrase. Sentence must have subject, predicate and verb in it. Sentence is a group of words having subject, predicate and verb in it. Without a verb, sentence can never be completed. And it conveys a complete sense. It gives a complete meaning, whatever we say. Clause is also a group of words having subject, predicate and verb in it. What is the difference? It may or may not convey complete meaning. Sometimes it can give the complete meaning, but sometimes it does not give a complete meaning, complete sense. Then what is phrase? It's a group of words does not convey complete sense. It never gives complete sense. It gives us some idea about something. It's the part of the sentence. Clear? Then a sentence is made up of one or more clauses. Sentence is made up of one or more clauses. Previously when I explained you about the clauses, I gave one example. I love watching films. It is made up of only one clause. Sometimes the sentence is made up of more than one clause also. And clause is made up of one or more phrases. Phrases, when phrases are joined together, it makes a clause. And phrases are made up of one or more words. Clear? If you come back on page number 159, dear children, you can see here the exercise given, and here the phrases are underlined. Clear? So these phrases together makes a clause. Clear? Clauses together makes a sentence. Sentence can be of one clause or more than one clause also. Clear? So the understanding the difference between sentence, phrase and clause is very important, dear children. Clear? Never get confused what is phrase, what is all a group of words, so why? Isn't it? You may ask this question, but still there are some differences in them. Okay, so now we will study different types of clauses. So dear children, let us concentrate on the types of clauses. Clauses are of two types, the main clause and the subordinate clause. Main clause is also known as principal clause. Clear? And subordinate clause is also known as dependent clause. Clear? It is called dependent clause. Main clause is also called principal clause or independent clause. Clear? Clauses are of two types, main clause or principal clause or independent clause. Independent clause. And then the subordinate clause is also known as dependent clause. The word independent and dependent, I hope it is clear to you. Independent, which is not depending on others, fully dependent. Okay, need not to take support of somebody or something, is called independent. Dependent, which is depending on others. Clear? So we'll see through the examples. First of all, we'll study about the main clause. What is a main clause? Look at this example. Rani works very hard. Rani works very hard. In this sentence, you can see there is only one subject mentioned in this. Rani is a subject. Is there any other subject can see here? No, there is only one subject and one predicate is given. Works very hard is a predicate. Clear? Rani is subject, works very hard is a predicate. And what is the verb, my dear children? Works is a verb. Works is a verb. So, since the sentence has only one subject and one predicate, it can be said the sentence has only one clause. It is only one clause. The sentence is having only one clause. This clause makes complete sense on its own. I told you in the beginning, clause may or may not make complete sense. Dear children, the main clauses makes complete sense and the dependent clauses do not make. Sometimes they make complete sense, sometimes they do not make. Usually the dependent clauses do not make a complete sense. They are depending on the main clause. How? Through the example we'll study. So I hope this is clear to you. As this sentence is having only one subject and one predicate, we say this sentence is made up of only one clause. And as it gives a complete meaning, it is called a main clause. Clear? Now dear children, you can see here another example. Rani works very hard so that she can perform well in the examination. Rani works very hard so that she can perform well in the examination. Dear children, we can see it's a long sentence, isn't it? And here, always we count the number of clauses by counting the number of verbs in that. Isn't it? By counting the number of verbs in that. So, in this long sentence, first of all, we'll find out how many clauses are there. Clear? By counting the number of verbs. First one is works. Isn't it? One verb. Another one is can perform. It is another verb. There are two verbs. As there are two verbs, we say there are two clauses. Clear? Now, if we read only this much, Rani works very hard. And we hide this, the second one. Second and third line, if we hide, we read only this much, Rani works very hard. Dear children, it gives a complete meaning. Clear? As it gives complete meaning and it does not depend on anything else. We can say this is the main clause. Clear? This is the main clause. It is having subject, it is having predicate, it is having verb, and it makes a complete sense by itself. So, it is a main clause. If we hide the first one, now if we hide the main clause and repeat so that she can perform well in the examination, so that she can perform well in the examination. Very clearly we cannot understand who, talking about whom, isn't it? It gives us some additional information about something. Okay, so as this clause, we call it a clause because it is having a subject she, it is having a verb, it is having a predicate. So we call it also a clause. But all alone it does not make a complete sense. It is depending on the main clause. It is depending on the main clause to complete its meaning. So dear children, the second clause is a dependent clause or the subordinate clause because it is depending on the main clause to complete its meaning. Clear? So that is why the second clause is called the subordinate or dependent clause. Clear? So I hope the topic is clear to everyone. What is a clause? What are the differences between sentence, clause and phrase, and what are the types of clauses? The types of clauses are main clause and subordinate clause. The clause which gives a complete sense is main clause, and the clause which is depending on the main clause to complete its meaning is called a dependent clause or the subordinate clause. Dear children, here the exercise is mentioned on page number 161. 160 and 61. Try to solve both the exercises by yourself. Thank you.